Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing you another action figure review. Today, we're going to be looking at the Hasbro G.I. Classified 6-inch scale Cobra Island Target exclusive Firefly action figure. Now Firefly was prior to the second assortment of Target exclusive G.I. figures. It was Firefly and Viper. I've never seen either one of these guys on the shelves, and I make a lot of Target runs. I had a buddy online that hooked me up with every single figure from the first series of Cobra Island Target exclusive figures, but he didn't have any success either getting these guys. I think Hasbro and Target didn't anticipate how popular this line would become. I'm not sure if it's Target's fault or Hasbro's fault or just contracts they have with each other, but fans are really pissed off about this. They are trying to make the situation right. Target is re-releasing these figures. You can get them on their website or their app. I miss Viper, which I'm really pissed about, but I did get this Firefly, and honestly, between the two figures, I would probably rather have Firefly. Viper's a great army builder, and I'd love to get about 4 of him. But that ship may have sailed. Time will tell. Anyway, happy to have this Firefly, so let's check out the packaging. As you can see at the top, ages 4+, a little warning. Cobra Island, those are the Target exclusive figures. G.I. Joe Classified Firefly from Hasbro. Here he is in the package. He's got a drone, some goggles, a backpack, a gun. Looks like a remote control for the drone. Very cool on his face. He looks to be kind of disfigured. I like that. One side of the package got some Cobra insignia. He is the 21st figure in the line. Other side got Firefly with his Cobra outfit on. At the top, 21st figure again. At the bottom, there's a bunch of credits, and there is a barcode in case that helps anybody. On the back side, we've got this map of Cobra Island. So with no further ado, let's open this guy up. Alright, now that we got this figure out of the package, here he is with all his accessories laid out. He comes with some pretty cool stuff. He's got a drone, a remote control for his drone, a gun, some goggles, some dynamite, and a removable backpack. But before we take a look at the accessories, let's take a look at him. This is Cobra on the Firefly side. He's got this sort of ski mask on his head, all camo colors, different shades of gray. I like his face. It looks like he's disfigured under there. His left side looks to be burnt. Got the Cobra logo on the one shoulder pad. It is soft, not going to obstruct your articulation. Like the camo outfit. Very cool, unique figure. Double jointed knees, double jointed elbows, all the typical G.I. Joe articulation. Now, I didn't get this guy on initial release, and I was very disappointed. And I thought, yeah, maybe he's not that cool. No, this guy is cool. He was worth the wait. I'm happy to have him, and I hope to find a Viper. And just a closer look at his face. You can see what I was talking about earlier. His left eye seems to be disfigured. He has a sort of ski mask on. It has texturing on the camo sides. I think it's a very good looking head. Now let's take a look at his accessories. And let's start off with this backpack. Here's his backpack. It's got at least 2 colors on here. A lot of the G.I. Joe accessories are just pure black. You can see sort of wrench up here and some various knives down here. Got some pouches. A little peg to attach onto his back. Here's Firefly with his backpack on. Can't really tell from the front, but if you spin him around. Now let's look at his goggles. Kind of a rubbery, soft material. Has a lot of give to it. Got red on the front. Little piece hanging down here. Here he is without the goggles on, and then with the goggles on. Now let's look at his gun. Some kind of a hand weapon. Some of the G.I. Joe guns, they just look a little too phony for me. This one doesn't look that hot, and it has some sculpting detail on it, but the fact that it's just pure black loses some of the detail. Overall, not super impressed with this. Here's Firefly holding his gun. And here he is, holstering the weapon onto his backpack. Now let's look at his dynamite. Pretty cool accessory to get for an action figure. I can find a lot of uses for this thing. It's got a little hole in the back so he can slip his fingers in there and grip this thing. Like I said, I'm going to get a ton of use out of this. Here's Firefly, getting ready to throw the dynamite. And here, placing it in a particular spot to detonate later. Now let's look at his drone and controller. You can see the evolution of G.I. Joe figures. Back in their original run, they'd never come with an accessory like this. Very nice accessory. It's got two sort of engines here. It's going to be able to hover, a light or gun or camera at the front, two legs where it could land, and the legs have articulation. I can also find a ton of use for a drone in my action figure collection. Also has a controller for it. Kind of basic, but you get the idea. Here's Firefly remotely controlling the drone while it's flying in midair. Here's this drone next to several other drones from my action figure collection. Now that we've taken a pretty good look at both the figure and his accessories, now let's check out his height. From bottom to the top of his head, sitting at about 6.2 inches tall, which is going to translate to a hair under 16 centimeters. Now let's check out his articulation. Starting with his head here, of course, it can rotate from side to side. It can look up and down about that far, not too bad. It can tilt his head from one side to the other. Shoulders on a ball joint, goes out 90 degrees. Up, down, around, all that good stuff. Shoulder pad is soft, does not obstruct that. Probably hard to see, but he does have a butterfly joint. Just increase the range of motion of his shoulder. Bicep cut below that. Double jointed elbows below that. His wrist, it can rotate and it's hinged as well. He's got this soft armor on top of his torso. I can tell there's a ball joint in there. It can rotate around, go forward and back. His legs completely does the splits. Ball joints there. He's got these drop down hips. You can see right now they're lower. You can push them back up. Go forward about that far. Back, not too much. Thigh cut. Double jointed knees below that. He's got a boot cut. And his ankle goes forward and back. Can tilt and rock. Very nice articulation. Here's Firefly getting ready to scout for some Joes with his drone. Here's a couple of teams of Joes driving down the street in their Jeeps. Then we've got Firefly's drone spying on them. The Joes have no idea they're driving into an ambush. Cobra sent Firefly with a bunch of its troopers to handle these Joes. Firefly has an easy way to do this. He's the master of explosives. Firefly used his drone to plant some explosives in front of the Jeeps. After Firefly detonates the explosives, destroying both of the Jeeps, we've got some casualties and some survivors as well. And it doesn't take the Joes too long to realize that they are completely surrounded. Like I said, completely surrounded. And it looks like the Cobras are going to be coming home with some prisoners of war for their commander. Now let's check them out next to some other action figures, starting off with some other Hasbro G.I. Joe classified figures. Here are all the Cobra Island Target exclusive G.I. Joes that I have. There's one glaring omission, that's Viper. There have been pre-orders out for the next wave, and unfortunately, I missed every single one of those. Well, I did get Barbecue in. Here are all the different Cobra figures that I have. I believe I have all of them except for the two variations of Cobra Commander and Viper. Please correct me if I'm wrong. And here are all the different Joe figures that I have. I believe I'm fully caught up with all the variants, except for the original Ultimate Deluxe Snake Eyes. I also missed the pre-order on the Fortnite G.I. Joe Snake Eyes, and they put it back out today and I missed it again. Kicking myself in the ass for that one. Here's my entire collection of Hasbro G.I. Joe classified figures. I do have almost all of them, but I am missing a few. I am pleased that Hasbro and Target and Hasbro Pulse are getting you second and third and fourth chances to get these figures. Some are still really hard to come by, but they are making an effort to help correct the situation. And let's not forget the army builders. These are a bunch of different troops that work for the Cobra Army. I love that they get us these. Here he is, next to a Jazzwares Fortnite Legendary Series Havoc. Havoc looks very similar to Firefly here. I've seen a lot of people say they were using him as a substitute. McFarlane also made a 7-inch scale Fortnite Havoc figure. Then, next to several different Firefly figures, Firefly is a DC Batman villain. Now let's check him out, next to some action figures from different various companies, to see how he fits in both scale and style-wise, in case you want to know which lines you can mix him with. Since he's a Hasbro G.I. Joe figure, they're typically the smaller end of the 6-inch scale. I'm going to start off my comparisons with some of the smaller action figure lines I collect and work my way larger. Here he is with some of his Hasbro brothers. Here he is with some Hasbro Marvel Legends. Then, next to some Jazzwares Fortnite figures. And here he is next to some SH Figure Arts action figures. And next to some Mafex figures. Then, next to some Mattel DC Universe Classics and Multiverse figures. And here he is next to some Mezco 1/12 cloth soft goods action figures. And now, next to some Jazzwares AEW wrestling figures. Then, next to some Mattel wrestling figures. And here, next to some NECA figures. Then with some DC Direct and DC Collectibles figures. And now, next to some McFarlane toys. And here he is, next to some DST or Diamond Select toys. And finally, next to some Jakks Pacific wrestling figures. So overall, this is a very nice figure. It's a great addition to the Cobra team. His paint job is crisp. The sculpt is fantastic. I really like how you can see one of his eyes is disfigured. It looks like he's burned under that mask. His accessories are great. I like the dynamite. I like the drone even more. Overall, I think I'm going to rate this guy an 8 out of 10. Liking him a lot. He's in the top tier of G.I. Joe figures that I own. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I will talk to you guys real soon.